I'm streaming. I'm live. I'm live. Welcome in to a blank screen. It has to be a blank screen. I haven't even put up the game yet. That's fine. Anyway, I'm doing this last little thing. And one of my stories, but I'll beat it. Okay. That's fun. So we're back with episode matching. Why am I doing this when you guys are not gonna see this? Just edit it out. Okay, so the last foot is doing solid group, man. Boom, 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 boom. Now it's time to edit the story, and then see if it matches with that, and then I'll decide if everything is special. Oh, I I put up the sensor accidentally. That's just see. That's just that's what happened with the item. Boom, boom. Okay. Shoot, I missed it. Deadline. Not deadline, but 410. I want the be live at 410. I mean, not live. I want to start the game at 410. So as some of you probably noticed, Fight 17 is still not uploaded. I've just not looked at it because editing it, I had to like edit it multiple times, and because YouTube's a bitch, it takes forever. Chat, someone in chat. I have live chat open. I don't know. Control, whatever. So yeah, it's like editing it when I do like one edit in a particular way, it takes like a day to do that shit, and that's annoying. And so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do it when I do it. Probably not today, not tomorrow, but it'll come before next week. Okay. You guys can hear the music, you guys can see it, and we're here. So now, welcome back to Gore Screamy Show. This might be low. Very low. Let me turn it up a little bit. To the usual level. Let me check my audio. Okay. That's not my stream. That's someone else's stream. Shout out. Hey. I don't know. This is again, the game seems low to me. It always does. So we'll turn it up just a bit. That would be it turned up. I don't want to be yelling at all, so this is probably going to be my normal voice. More like this, actually. I'll be like this far away from the mic. Yeah, that's much better. That was much better. Okay. So last time, well, Kyoji got in there, and helped her. Well, not helped her because she's still going through, the shame of just sudden less that's overcoming it. But he was able to help her get through some of it, and he's become sort of a place where she can, deal with these emotions. We've also learned about her past and exactly why she's so embarrassed about being sexual. Those are the things that basically happened last time. I'm glad I had a good, wrap up for once. So now we can just go into the game. Good saves for once. Okay. Why not? But the pilot tells you, you can't help but notice that she looks troubled. Good morning, Miss Hana-san. Breaks his face today. He gets another shock. His bags under her eyes, and they are sucking too. Her hair is combed, but not quite as neatly as usual, and it looks dry and brittle today. Did you not get any sleep last night? Her voice is thin and feeble. When he parted ways today, he got the impression she was feeling a bit better, but now she's back to where she was for some reason. He has to do something. Can he come to the usual place during lunch break? Yuka looks up at Kyoji and gives him a tiny nod. Come lunch break, Kyoji quickly buys a bun from the cottage school store and makes for the astronomy clubroom. Yuka asks him to eat with him earlier, but Kyoji turns him down, saying he had plans. Well, unlike you, buddy, some of us have lives that don't revolve around a woman. Now let me go and deal with the woman my life is gonna revolve around for a little bit, okay? Shinta teases him a little. I'm running this with something as shitty as a date. But unfortunately, matters went that simple by half. Kyoji couldn't tell him about any of that, so he just said he was in a hurry and walked off, but as he did, Shinta added quietly. Worn out. Kyoji could feel all the color drain from his face. People started to notice, little by little. There is something wrong with Kika. Hey, hello, how friend, astronomy club room, he calls out. Can I come in? He enters the room and finds Kika sitting there with her head hung. I mean, she's kind of popular. You know, because she's kind of pretty. And, you know, that garners popularity back in the days of youngin'. and she's obviously acting quite different, so that's going to get some people to notice. Especially people like Shinta, who are obviously looking at her for more reasons than her popularity. Her lunchbox is sitting on her lap, but she hasn't so much as unwrapped it yet. Her empty gaze is fixed on a random spot on the wall, and she looks dazed. It's like she's an empty soulless shell. Something's definitely wrong. Willie tightens his chest. Aren't you going to eat your lunch? Kika shakes her head and replies in a feeble voice. You should eat, or you won't last through the afternoon classes. Still, Kika keeps staring out into the empty air with unfocused eyes. Kyoji bites his lips, but then picks up the unwrapped lunchbox from Kika's lap. She finally turns to look at Kyoji. If you're not gonna eat it yourself, I'll just force feed you. Yuffie removes the wrapping and opens the lid. Picking up an adorable fork with a plate pattern on it, he stabs it into some tamagoyaki and pushes it against her lips. Go on, open your mouth. Please, just do it. Believe me, this is pretty embarrassing for me too. I don't think so. You've been pretty calm during this whole thing. You ain't laugh. You've had a straight face, I'm sure. It seems as easy for you as 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like you can feel her cheeks heat up as she speaks. Kika says it in with round eyes for one arm woman and finally giggles. He looks quiet and he shoves the fork in. There, she's eating it. Just dies of relief. What do you want next? Okay. Hey. Yo. I don't like it. There you go. It's like the plain house. He does this a few more times, and once he says she's eating properly, he hands the flake to her. Even such a little thing as having to eat on her own again puts a forlorn look on Kika's face, but she continues to eat nonetheless. Kyoji mumbles, munches on the bun he bought while he watches over Kika as she eats her lunch. It's a strange feeling. I feel like he's babysitting her. By the way, you didn't get any trouble with your mom for yesterday, did you? Kika shakes her head. He used that excuse when he went to the planetarium too, right? Sorry, I overheard you when I dropped you off. I mean, I don't think maybe it's the planetarium specific, but I imagine she would think this of anything that's not helping you further your career goals in any way. Like, you're going to the planetarium for what? For fun? For fun? Hell no. Get your ass into them books and study. Is the type of shit she's on. Kyoji cocks his head quizzically. It's not like you're hanging out somewhat shady. Your mom's really weird about what she worries about. Yeah, I'd get it if you're like constantly hanging out in seedy clubs or something, but you're not. You can pause for thought, her chopsticks still in her hand. Judging by her expression, she's never considered this before. That's like the strangest way of putting it. But it's not necessarily wrong, but it's probably not necessarily right either. Kika says the words one by one, like getting them out is a struggle. Kyoji first is about munching on the bun. Huh, that's pretty selfish. Totally. No, you don't. She just seemed muttered, you mean. You don't have to bear every whim, misunderstand. That's just weird. I'm glad Kyoji can say it, because I was gonna go into like a serious talk, but you know what he's like, it's just weird. It's just weird to do all that. Kika says that Kyoji fixatively for a moment, then cracks a faint smile. Cut it out. His face gets red and his 10 tones cut. Kika's expression instantly becomes anxious. It's not that I like it, it's a bad scene, isn't it? This time she was clearly relieved. Kiko, isn't such a timid girl? Kyoji doesn't know what happened, but she's definitely acting strange. Maybe this is just a side effect he's never seen before. Thinking about it only makes him more confused. He isn't one for thinking all things do to begin with. Fair enough. And by fair enough, I mean like, we know. Oh, I've got an idea. How about we go How about we go look the stars tonight? To pull the cobwebs away. Like how she corrected him. It was like, after stars you mean? Stupid nigga. I don't think she meant to do that, but I think that that's what happened. That's an option, but just getting there and back would take some time. Plus, he didn't think the museum would be open very late. Right, how about Mount Nishimori? If we go there, we'll have a great view of the stars. He played around on the mountain a lot as a kid, so he wants to show Kika the view of the stars up there. But then he suddenly remembers what Yoshiki said to him last night. The manager is close to the shrine. Would we be fine going there? No! He wants to believe that we'd be fine as long as we stay away from the manager itself, but Kiko looks a bit conflicted. Oh, but I guess it can't be out that way, right? Your mom might wait. He thought he got himself out of that shit, but no, you're done, buddy. You shouldn't have said that shit. See, and now she looks like she's about to cry, and you can't deny her anymore. You put yourself in a predicament. Why would you do this? So let's both go home first and meet up at around 7 at the convenience store. As he speaks, Kyoji studies Kika more closely. Because it's odd. She's saying perfectly normal, but her behavior is getting progressively stranger. Her cheeks are flushed, her eyes are empty and glistening with moisture. She looks like she's opening thighs together, and the sight of them peeking out from under her slightly disarranged skirt burns itself into his eyes. Yeah? Kika looks up at Kyoji, her breath labored, and her eyes intoxicated. Kyoji feels his face go red. Kika's slender white fingers are gripping her cautious skirt. The barrage of implanted demands come out in fits and starts. Kika's eyes appear to be locked on Kyoji, but it's like she's not even seeing him. The smile of some moan started escaping from her lips. Kyoji panics. What is he supposed to do? Is that like what he did? Is that like he did yesterday the right thing to do now? But this is strange. This is definitely strange. This is whack. You stretch out a hand towards Kyoji. Oh, okay. No reaction. The first bell rings out, making the two of them jump halfway out of their skin. The familiar school bell rings in their ears, as if someone had used the whole earth as a gong. You can see the blood drain from Kika's face. Feels like she's in a fidgeteers. Her gaze goes to and fell between her hand and Kyoji's face. Then she uses both hands to press the bundle with her lunchbox in it to her chest. He can bolt out. Damn! Sorry. He can bolt out of him. First, she disappears down the corner, and then her running footsteps disappear as well. He decides to cover his face with his hands. Seriously, none of this makes any sense. His heart's still beating out of fear in him. Okay. Well, let's wait until the music stops before I talk. Cause no, we're not gonna talk over this sad-ass music. In the end, Kiki didn't make eye contact with him once school was out. During every break, she went off somewhere, and when she came back, she looked more haggard than before. Question of where she went, well, she did honestly scared Kyoji. When school ends, Kyoji calls out to her, but Kiki ignores him. Or maybe she just doesn't hear him, grabs her bag, and goes home. No. Kane looks at Kyoji suspiciously. That's not it, Jess. You can't tell anyone what's the matter. He could never. Kind of probably could tell from Kyoji's stiff expression that she won't get any answers out of him, and decides not to press the subject any further. Kyoji's thankfully grateful for that. He goes back home, quickly devours the convenience store dinner, and gets ready for their rendezvous. Figuring he should at least tell her he's going out. Stargazing, he goes to find Yamiko in the living room. Seemingly finished with work, Yamiko watched TV with a cup of coffee. That's my favorite woman! Alright, guys. Let's talk about it. For a second, I thought, it was like, okay. We did all of that, trying not to have sex in school and Akane's just for this nigga to do it willingly and decided it. That's crazy. But that didn't happen. Obviously, her, libido is being affected by Yuka to such a great degree. That she's just going through it right now. It's kind of fucked up. And there's not much we can do about it because there's just still a lot of internal shame. You can't get through that in one day. Hell, you can't get through it in 2 days or 3 days. It's a whole process. Yeah. And so Kyoji's at a place where I get it. Where it's like he wants to reassure her and like make sure that she knows it's fine, but like he doesn't want to do it just in a way that harms her, right? I feel like acting on someone's emotions sometimes can harm them in a way you didn't mean to, right? So you can't always just listen to what what emotional people say when they're going through it, right? Not always. Sometimes you can. It's a really case-by-case basis thing, which is why it's a hard thing to to navigate through. And I'm not jealous of Kyoji. In fact, I respect Kyoji for doing what he needs to do in these situations, and trying his best. But shout out Yamiko. Man, okay, let's talk about this, man. I was talking about, like, since it's related, probably. Not that much, but I was talking... but I was talking to one of my homeboys about a dream I had today. And it was of sexual nature, right? And I don't really have those dreams that often. But, like, the girl, like, was obviously trying to get fucked, I think. I think that was rather obvious. And I was talking to him, he was like, man, you just need to get some pussy, bro. And, bro, that shit had me dying, bro. I was just trying to relay the dream to him in an honest way. He thinking I'm out here fiending for some shit. Oh, no. In fact, like, I don't want to talk about the details of the dream, because I think some of it is kind of weird. Not even for the sexual bite, but kind of for the sexual bite. But... And that's not me shaming myself for being sexual, but it's just like, just who it was with. It was not. It's probably not the person. Like if it was random, that'd be nice, but it's not random. There's a face to it attached with it. Kind of sad. Not sad that it. This is sad that I did that in my dreams. Just to be clear. Okay. Good jokes about another man. It wasn't Yamiko. I wish it was. Where's the old man? Hmm. And Kyoji woke up yesterday. Yoshi comes out, he gone. Apparently he came back during the day, but by the time Kyoji came home from school, he was out again. Kyoji was so hostile when he had Yoshikudi staying with them for a while, but I did say he might as well not be there anyway. Yamaka-san, I'm going out for a bit. Mayhaps. Yamaka-san teasing me, smirking at him, but Kyoji simply sighs and rolls his eyes. My second time hearing that line today. I was just thinking that everyone seems to repeat the same jokes. No, cat! Niggas are not original and they're not funny, though. I'm glad you said it, Kyoji, because it... Holy shit, niggas be doing the same thing thinking they're funny, bro. It's crazy. And that be the thing. It be the niggas that be thinking they funny be saying this bullshit. Like, I've never seen... Like, niggas that I know are funny, I've never seen them say some bullshit I've heard from some other nigga, bro. Never. That's never happened. Sorry. I got real passionate about it, but like, it's facts. Like, I see, like, they go for the most obvious thing because it's funny to them, and it's funny to them because they had someone else saying it was funny to that person. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you might be like, but Flame, I be watching your streams. You the same type of nigga. You not funny. I'm not. I be making myself laugh. That don't mean I'm funny. If you find me funny, that's on you. I don't find myself funny. I'm not a funny nigga. I don't be making no jokes. I be dead serious. Like, I dead seriously wanna fuck you, Mika. Sorry. How can you make it as a writer with so little originality? I'll never know. He did a good job today. Yamika puffs up her cheeks, but soon returns to her teasing ways. Well, we going crazy. Not Nishimoya, I'm going stargazing for a bit. Believe me, it's nothing so sweet. I'm off then. Did you like so defend Yamika calls out to him? Man, I wish someone would try to do that Kyoji, man. Kyoji, my man. Like, he got the hands, too. It's not gonna go like that. Y'all don't got guns here. We got hands first. I go, damn, because words make him remember. Yeah, so this has been happening recently. And it has not been covered by the game. We've just been hearing about it. We don't know where these girls are. At all. Before he started waiting about kicking, he was mad at kids. Semi magic, play forget about them. I feel like that's the point. I feel like... We'll see. Then he steps outside, the sun's already setting fast. Will Kiki really beat in? I thought that would be much, but Kyoji was concerned she might not come. He figures he'll wait for a bit, and if she doesn't show up, he'll give up. Though he hopes she'd at least text him in that case. He jogs to the meeting spot. He gets the hands on the convenience store, biting the underlight, looking lost. Sorry, have you been waiting on? As she recognizes Kyoji, Kiko looks relieved. As he budges her, she looks at him anxiously. Why wouldn't I come? Okay. Not like that. But like, he was the one not talking to me. What? Why? I was the one who asked you here, right? Kiki smiles softly at Kyoji's reply. Good, she's still dispirited. She's still dispirited, but otherwise she seems normal now. The thought also makes him realize that he thinks that Kiki's condition is abnormal. Bendis fills him. Let's go. You shouldn't try to stay out too late. How long can you stay? Sorry, I was thinking about someone else. Damn. Look, okay? It's my birthday in a few days. I can think about my spouse if I want to. Pussy. Don't talk to me. Got it, let's go. They walk side by side to the sunset. Streets. It feels strange walking up here like this when they're not heading back from school. Speaking of my birthday, before we get into this plot, man, my birthday is gonna be happening in a few days. It's on a Saturday, so you already know. I can't just ignore niggas. I can't be like, I'm busy. Busy with what, pussy? Yeah, so it's gonna be that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully nothing. It's not like I won't be that busy with school either. Probably. So I'll be able to do whatever I want. My roommate's gonna be here though, so I'm probably not gonna be streaming. It's not gonna be extra streams. Unless he goes. Unless he leaves for some reason. I don't think he will, but like he could. I don't know that nigga. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Gonna be my first year in with the spouse, and then my first year, my last year in this college, probably. Yeah, my last birthday in this college for sure. So it's a lot of life changes happening this year. If only Kika went like this would be so much fun. When they reach the shrine, it's pretty dark even though it's not that late yet. Feels like something might lunge at them from the dark. Kyoji remembers that Kika's bad with scary things. As they climb up the stone steps, he offers his hand. You must be scared. Give me your hand. He gets the impression that Kika smiles as he leaves. Her hand is warm in his, and he can feel his face heat up. Really, if Kika were her usual self and they had nothing to worry about, they could enjoy this so much more freely. He can't help but think so. By the time they reached the top of the stairs, they are out of bed. In the old days, he'd pay around here with Shinta and the continent and went dark. They look up to see the sky spread out above them, filled to the brim with stars. Catching his bed, he looks up to the stars. He looks up at the sky. The weather here has been nice today, so the stars should be really beautiful. He meant to say. Huh? Kid looks around. Weather was clear in his way here. So why are there dark, heavy clouds hanging in the sky now? It's just me. Did the weather change awfully quick? Yo, Shuki gave you one instruction, man. Like, damn, he said just don't go by the mansion. But you don't want to go by anyways. And what do? We go by the mansion, bro. Yeah. Kika holds up her palm. At the same time, Kyoji feels a cold drop fall on his forehead. Oh, come on. The two exchange glances on this, and that signal, the heavens open. Kyoji and Kika dash over to the main shrine building. That's the only place in idea what the roof that's likely to offer and cover. Damn, the other player said the probability of precipitation was 0 today. Besides him, Kika brushes a strand of wet hair out of her face. Sigh, I couldn't pick the worst day for this. Are you cold? What's up, man? When he even says this, Kika hugs her body shivering. Go ahead, grip that ass, my man. Oh man, I like just hug it. Is what I meant to say. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Right, guys, we all agree. You didn't hear it. That's funny, because I was just talking to one of my homeboys about PI chaining. And here I am with no PI chaining. Okay, but like, the thing is, it was funny to say. It was on my mind, I had to say it. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. Like, no, that's not what I meant. I think it's wrong without consent. Kyoji, it's not funny. Kyoji clears his throat casually and moves closer to him. We do less cold if we hold it together. He can nods and knuckles closer. He can feel the warmth of her body. What if standing this close makes it act strange again, like during today's lunch break? That flashes through his mind. He casts a sidelong glance at Kika. It's very interesting. I think he's gonna have to deal with the fact that this is definitely a part of her, right? I think the easy way out would be, this is just a demon possessing her, and she was never that horny, and she's never been that shy, and she's that blah blah blah. Boom, it's an easy way out, and then he could pretend like that. He could pretend like the girl he imagined is the one he's dating. But no, actually, some of that is just who she is, right? And that's always something you gotta deal with when you're dating someone. Like, there's a lot of parts of someone you may not meet until you put them in a situation. Yeah, for me, for sure, bro. There's parts of me that niggas have never seen in their life. Like, I think it's like niggas only hear about it, or they like think they know about it. But like niggas have never seen certain parts of me. So I imagine when you meet that part, it's like, oh shit, that's not the type of nigga I thought I was talking to. Right? And it is the same for everyone, right? There's certain parts of, let's say, certain parts of one of my friends who's been offline for a while. There's certain parts I haven't seen of her, but obviously she has them because of the way she's taking the break for so long and what she's doing over there, right? So I imagine there's parts of her I haven't seen that she doesn't showcase a lot, right? That doesn't mean that you have to change your opinion on this person, but it does paint create a picture. For some people, this is sort of what confuses them is when they don't like this picture anymore. It's like, oh, I don't actually like who this person is now. And I'd say that's a tough situation, but I'd usually just say break up if that's really the case. If you thought about it for a long time, and you can't really stand who this person is, or they're incompatible with you in some way, I say just break it off. Whether that be a friendship, dating, or like even an acquaintanceship, like just like you don't have to continue that shit. All relationships are temporary at the end of the day. Don't let them be the one to like fake you, you know? You don't want to end up like me, man. Up at 3 AM thinking about some bullshit. You don't want to be me, okay? You could be much better than me. You could be like, oh, I'm not talking to this person. Because why would I? They're incompatible with me. You can make that decision. You could be a smart person instead of being me. And no, this is not about anybody you guys have heard about. Except if you follow my private Twitter, then you've heard about this person plenty of times. It's too dark to make out her expression, but from what you can see, she is behaving normally for the time being. I'm gonna start talking about it too on this channel. It's just I don't think it's relevant here. But let's call her Y. And you'll hear that name in the future. Probably not of this series, but in a different series. But if it doesn't stop, I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all gonna have to walk back home. I guess he just has to find a way have to mount somehow, just go home. But the rain has become so intense, Kyoji can't see his hand in front of his face. It's so loud that they wouldn't be able to hear each other if they weren't huddled so close together. I have my phone, I call Yamako, maybe she'll pick us up. I mean, Kyoji takes out his cell phone. Well, I don't know, but it's worth a shot. He flips it open his phone and the screen lights up. Yeah, Kyoji gets in shock. Okay. How long have you been there? She gets right at their feet. She blinks her hands together and gazing and smiles up at Kyoji. No. Obviously not. This is like one of my fans probably Discord and doesn't say anything. She just pops up and expects us to acknowledge it. Like, nah, bro. Say hi to us. He gives him with a true big smile. Like Kyoji speechless. What he feels is sheer tear. I would feel shit. Bro, imagine a little girl just pops up out of nowhere. Like that. Like that kind of made me jump. Man, I'm not even. And I'm not even dead. Didn't even get a sense of her presence. So when and how did she get this close? And what's more, Yuka doesn't appear to be wet at all. Because you're scared. She looks innocent enough now, but there's definitely something strange about her. There's an air of mystery hanging over this girl. She's right in front of them, sure, but it feels like if she were in another world. Yuka says this all of a sudden. Yuka saying this all of a sudden makes Kyoji's heart skip a beat. Did she read his thoughts? That is ridiculous. Kyoji grabs off his own idea. I've already tried to, but he can't quite manage to laugh. She really is creepy. Yuka keeps on giggling. It's only then that Kyoji senses there's something wrong with Kika. What's on his hand? She's shivering so hard, her teeth are chattering. It appears that all she could do was to just stay on her feet. She's staring single-mindedly at Yuka. And with Sana-san, what's wrong? Yuka's voice has dropped to an octave or two. Bro, why are you saying it's like you didn't have sex with us multiple times when you were in Akane's body? What are you talking about? You had no position to judge, we know you. Yuka turns around and like, no, that wasn't me, that was a different version. Different version of Yuka. This version of Yuka would never. I was like, oh, I see. Huh? Kyoji looks at Yuka again. Her eyes are fixed on Kika. Her gaze full of hatred, so intense he feels it might literally chill her to the bone. Kika jolts. Jesus. Hey, what do you think you're saying? Kyoji starts to feel like Kika, but Yuka shows no sign of slowing down. God damn. I disagree with this wholeheartedly. I think all women like this should be uplifted in our society. In fact, I think a woman like this should be our president. Not the president of my country, but the president of the world, in fact. I'd vote for him. He could gasp. He should take it out of his stat. If you can't do that, he can just stop this point of insult, even if it means slapping Yuka across the face. But somebody can't manage to put that thought into action. Is it because of the pelting rain, because he can't see properly? Or is it because he's up against a little girl? The truth is, he just can't move. He's like a deer in the headlights, bound hand and foot, rooted to the spot. Yuka's tongue gradually turns more severe. Well, what did Aoi do to you though? What the fuck? Like kinda, yeah, you get it. We know why you hated it. No, we know that you hate it. But what did Aoi doesn't even do nothing. Aoi just be chilling in her own way. We don't even talk to him. We've had like 3 lines of dialogue with him. In total, in this 20-part series. That's not true. It's probably like 10. But that's still not even a lot, bro. Insane. To be fair, we do like pigs. Okay, I guess I say. Again, this is not an issue to me. Kyoji can't manage a single word. He knows he needs to stop it from talking, but he can't find his voice. Why? Is he really that blown by it? Or is he? I don't. Kyoji better not be thinking this. He's shocked by the words sounded directly in his mind. Yes, what's happening with Kiki's body in him? He has asked himself, why does she have to be like this? Damn. But surely he isn't hiding any disgust for her anyway, within him. Yuka puffs out her chest, lifts her tiny delicate chin, and glares at Kiki over Kyoji's shoulder. Her small form feels so large now. After biting her face, she spits out. Kiki screams. And with that scream chanting behind her, she runs off into the field, to the rain. Miss Hana-san! Her feet fall, water and mud splash up around her. By now, not even the loose gravel that covers the shine grounds can drain the water fast enough, so large puddles have formed. Kiki is swallowed up by darkness and the rain. Miss Hana-san. Don't. Not that way! Kyoji sprints after her into the rain. That way, where the stone steps that way down the mountain. Kiki would have slip and fall. I like how you can just never realize this is gonna make Kyoji not like her even more. It's actually like the funniest thing. You think she'd win, but she doesn't. And she can't. It's just a thing she does. Where's the sheer hatred disappear in the dim of the rain? Miss Hana-san! Can't even hear Kiki Rennie now. Could she even hear him shout? Miss Hana-san! Kyoji briefly stops in his tracks. He can see the toy gates that mark the boundary with shine gowns, pitch black giants standing in the rain. The top of the stone steps is right past us, and you can't see anyone there. Again, he stops. Miss Hana-san. Is he too late, or did she run in another direction? He saggers towards the stone steps, feeling the light climbing up towards him. I don't. Is that? I just don't like this. This is not like a spider. But I just don't like the shape of it, you know? Like, stop. I need this to be less braily for me. The light of a strong flashlight hits him full in the face and he covers it with his hand. There's someone behind this light. A black coat, and despite how dark it is, sunglasses. You. Oh, she's about to ask him what he's doing here because she notices something. He's catering completely to his kick in his arms. Miss Hana-san! Okay, Yoshiki came in for the clutch like he always does. That's my guy. Yoshiki puts the kick into Kyoji's arms and proceeds to glare at the shine grounds. His waist kissed to the rain right across to that end. Yuka's small figure materializes out of the dark. She's not wet at all. Hashiki's face contorts in hatred.
久しぶりだな。
あんた誰だっけ？
You killed that man's wife and you're asking who he is. That's so crazy to me. He fiddles with her hair, fascinates, her tone indifferent. Her expression is haughty and the way she eyes Yoshiki is clearly full of contempt.
お前が覚えていようがいまいが、どっちでも構わん。お前の仲間のあの化け物はどこだ？
Yuka smacks.
いるんだろ。出せ。
Yoshiki reaches into his couch when Kyoji, who's on a kick in his arms behind him, sees what he has in his hand. He swallows nervously. Pistol. Why does he have a pistol? He pulled the gun so suddenly and is holding it so naturally that Kyoji must think it must be a cop. Just when he saw Kika in the forest, this doesn't feel real. Even when he has a pistol trained on her, Yuka regards Yoshiki calmly.
そんなもので撃ったって効かないって分かってるでしょ？
ほう。前にこいつをぶち込んだ時のことは覚えてるんだな。
当たり前じゃない。痛かったもの。
Well, I mean, again, you could have left. I think this is like the least he can do. The moment Yuka shouts at him, Yoshiki pulls the trigger. Oh, it's aliens! Oh, wow! So that's how they use the CG. I didn't even think about that. But yeah. Deadening the war rattles Kyoji. He can feel it vibrate down to the pit of his stomach. Then another one. The echoes reverberate through the rainy shine gowns. And at the same time, a large black cloth-like thing covers Yuka's body. Okay. The reverberations linger in Kyoji's ears, rattling his brain. He has no idea what it was that he saw. The tiny spikes of light from the cartridge hitting the gravel startled him out of his reverie. He still cannot hear a thing. Beside him, Kika's pressing her hands against her ears too. Kyoji looks back in the direction of the main shrine building. There's no one there. He opens his eyes wide, looking as hard as he can, but no one's there. If he could go. Yep, and the van's gone. The smell of gunpowder hangs in the air. Yoshiki pulls put away his pistol. Kyoji hears Kika's voice over the irritating buzz that's still in his ears. He looks up at the sky. A beautiful starry sky sprawls out above them, just the kind of sky that Kyoji hoped to show Kika earlier. There's so much he wants to ask, but he has no idea where to start, and that's how he uses CG. He and Kika sitting in Yoshiki's car. They don't say a word. Suddenly, Yuka's sudden appearance, Yoshiki, the gun. Kika's disappearance was just a sudden, the black cloth he glimpsed just before she vanished. And the rain stopped like it was never there to begin with. Then in the back seat, Kika's leaning against the fire doing, keeping the wall away from Kyoji. Let's understand. Are you alright? Kika looks like something been possessing. Kika looks like something that's been possessing her has finally let her go. The child is exactly that she showed on her face a few minutes ago is gone. It is no longer flesh and feverish. But she does look tired and confused.
君はあの屋敷でおかしな目にあっただろう。おそらく口にするのがはばかられるような。
Kika goes up, but Yoshiki doesn't even care. Kika's shaky, and it only makes sense. If some strange happened to her in that mansion, that can only mean one thing. And she can't possibly speak of it. Hey, little man, stop asking him. Yoshiki only shrugs.
無理にとは言わない。が、一つ覚えておいてほしい。君はあの少女に恨まれている。だがそれは君が悪いわけではない。君はあの少女が憎む女と瓜二つなんだ。
Yoshiki's voice is reassuring, full of authority.
被害者だ。
Kika's eyes wavered. He just senses puzzlement and something like trust in the way she gives at Yoshiki as he drives the car. I don't like this. This is thought causes in mind. The car pulls over. They're at the corner of his street.
気をつけて帰れ。君が家に入るところまで見届けよ
う。Friends drive back home, neither of them says a word. When they go into the apartment, Yamika greets them in their usual laid-back manner.
おかえり。大変だったのよ。よしきにね、きょうちゃんが星を見に行ったって言った途端、すっ飛んで行っちゃって。
Yoshiki gets off.
俺は彼と話がある。席を外してくれ。
Yamika's gaze flickers back and forth between Yoshiki and Kyoji for a second, but she soon shrugs.
いいけど。
Yoshiki sits on the sofa and looks up at Kyoji. Kyoji remains standing, ramrod straight, his fist clenched. So I told you to do one thing! Stay away from the mountain, stay away from the mansion, and what did you do? Immediately go to 2 days later. Yeah, so stupid. I think it'd be fine like we didn't go to the house itself. Yoshiki cuts him off at once. Yeah, that's actually how it works. That is true. He did try to he wanted to go there, so he wanted to like make an excuse to why he could do it. That is actually the line of events that happened. Kyoji's in the speeches. Yoshiki is speaking quietly, but his tone is so stern, his words are so on the mic that he can't say anything back. But still, he had racked his brain for something that Kyoji, could do to help Kika. Having that enough as meaningless is frustrating. Yoshiki continues stoking fixedly at Kyoji. Your kin? My kin? My kin? Beyond your kin is crazy. Yeah, I fuck with the voice. It is stern, but he's not saying anything crazy. He's just like, it's just aggressive. Kyoji finally finds it within himself to retort. What's a problem? But he always has to say stuff that makes no sense. You just told me to stay away from there, without even bothering to tell me why. Didn't you expect me to go? Yes, Uncle Yoshiki, of course. Uncle Yoshiki? What kind of moron would do that? Yoshiki simply answers with another question as comments before. Alienis. Yoshiki doesn't rap it, but Kyoji can tell that's what he means. And the fact that he felt those feelings, and you can make Kyoji feel them. I'm mad at Kyoji snapping at this. When certain niggas waste shit out in front of you in such a way that even if they're completely correct, it's just like, damn. I don't want to have to admit that. No. Right? It's just natural to fight back. But he's right. He's right, and Kyoji hates it, yep. Kyoji moodily walks over to the door leading to the corridor and turns out turning to look at Yoshiki. You say you're a prospective criminal, right? Did you know? Possession of handguns is illegal in Japan. You're a proper criminal already. And with that said, he slams the door behind him. He's not ashamed of himself, he wants to go up and die. He goes back to his room and lets himself fall backwards in the bed. And the gun and the old man had was probably the old thing. Why would he even have something like that? Well, what do you think, man? You haven't actually. My fault. You're the Kyoji who hasn't been trapped in the cabin. The whole thing was like something out of a movie. Seen a vein in the way you could seem to imagine with our very eyes. Maybe what he saw was an illusion? Yoshiki's gun might be real, but there's no other way of explaining the vein and the way you could vanish. It'd be so interesting to see how Japanese people really react to just someone having a gun. I'm so curious. I don't think it's like this. I feel like it's got to be a little different nowadays, especially because this was made so long ago. He doesn't want to believe that he's involved in something that doesn't have a mundane explanation. Yuka's lying on the bed, turning in asleep. She feels like she's covered in something sticky and heavy sludge, like, oh my god. Earlier tonight, when that man saved it, it felt like the mist hanging over her mind, and her heart suddenly lifted. The smell of cigarettes, of worn-out leather. They weren't pleasant smells by any means, but she had realigned it in their equilibrium, of some peace. So she believed that tonight she'd be able to go to sleep without anything happening. Something is hiding in the dark. A woman, for one thing. Kiki doesn't want to look, because she knows that she might see herself again. But what is that thing swirling and twisting around her? You know she doesn't want to look, her eyes are drawn to it just the same. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did it. Tentacles. A tall black shadow, that's good. This is actually kind of cool. Kind of. Because I don't think that's... That seems like blood. I don't think that's a tentacle. Oh my god. Okay. Like, he fixed the audio on jaw, and even fixed out, like, it's family could put it in the trophy pit. Not 2, no 3 tentacles. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She needs to tell Yoshiki about this at this point. It feels as if she herself were being... You are! Okay? You are being assaulted. That is exactly what's happening. You don't have to... That's not an exaggeration in the slightest. Yeah, that's right. That shorter than I thought it was gonna end. Kyoji wakes up, he feels awful. I'm gonna see about this next time. There you go. We've been doing these by days. High key. I don't think it's a good time to end it. Next time we'll I don't know what we're gonna do, honestly. Seems to be having I don't think Kyoji even about that. I think that was just an episode what's happening. I don't know. It's very different from what happened like I'm very curious now because it seemed like there was an underground bunker in Akane's, right? And we didn't really bring it up again because I didn't think it was important. And I at first I thought it was just whatever, but now it sort of seems like it could be very important to things in the future, maybe. Again, we're bringing up the girls who were missing after getting into the game again. And that's it. We gotta eventually have closure for that. So imagine that's probably gonna be what Aoi does. It's gonna be her view, focusing on that because I think she seemed the most interested in that. There's not any of the three girls. It'd probably be Yamika, or like something completely different, maybe. But other than that, there's still a lot of things we need answers to. I'm hoping that Kiken eventually just tells Yoshiki what's going on, so she doesn't have to go through the night tears again, because that'd be very helpful for all of us involved. But I'd save it. Okay, I think that's it. Sorry.